Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back. I'm doing okay. Thanks for the supportive comments. I really appreciate that. So, in today's video, as you can tell from the title, I am gonna make a Gundam mask. Now, if you don't know what Gundam is, this is Gundam. It's a giant 60-foot robot mech, or more accurately, mobile suit. I mean, obviously from the Gundam franchise. This is the RX-78-2. And when you look at the head, you see the face armor, it makes for a perfect mask, right? So that's what I'm going to be making. Now I'm going to actually be making it out of fabric because mainly I want to be able to wash it. And also because, you know, they're saying masks are mandatory now in California, so I might as well make something of my own, something custom. So I actually do have a template right here. You can see. We got the face mask on there and the chin right there. Now, I will have this available as a file, so whoever wants to attempt to make their own mask, hit me up in my DMs on my Instagram, which you saw earlier. I'll put it up here again. But yeah, I can go ahead and send you that file. Now, the mask you're going to see me make is actually my fourth one. I've already tried 3 times. My third try, I think I got it down. The only problem was that it ended up being too small. I actually have it right here. It looks really good. Let me put it on. Obviously, I don't have the red part yet. There's some things that I want to correct. Obviously the size, and also because of how I have these straps on here, it makes these bow out, and I don't like that. Like I got fat cheeks, like a chipmunk. And also, I'm using a t-shirt fabric on the backside. That's too warm for me, so I'm just gonna be using what I'm using on the outside. It's a stiffer, lighter fabric. So yeah, this was my third try. I'm gonna probably take these from it. So what I did was I made this template. I actually made it 6% bigger from what I had it, and I actually put together a paper one right here. This is just made from copy paper, but it's just to give the general idea. Now the pattern is actually flat, as you can see. But when you unfold it, it creates a nice 3D shape, and you can fit a face in there nicely. Let me go ahead and put it on for you. Just like that. And that works very well. Now the chin, I know the chin is a block, but for this mask purpose, it's just a folded piece like that attached there, and it does flare out when I open up the mask. When you receive this pattern, I suggest you transfer it to like a thin piece of cardboard, which I have right here. This is really thin cardboard. I have it drawn out just so it's sturdy enough for you to draw onto your fabric. So yeah, and then the only things that will attach are the tops here, like that, and then the bottom. So yeah, I just have to transfer this to fabric. Wish me luck. Okay, so I got my fabric here with the interface ironed on. So now it should hold its shape very well. Here is the mask template. Now I just need to draw this on twice on over here as well, so that I'll have 2, a front and a back. Now I know it's going to be double interfaced if I do that. I'm just going to see how it is. If it's too much, then I can just peel that off. But yeah, so I just need to trace this on. Obviously, trace a little more than you need so you can sew in your seams on the ends here. Now this, I'm going to be cutting some, like this piece here, which is red. I have red fabric for that, so I know how much I need. Alright, so I got my 2 pieces cut out here. Now, on my third mask attempt, the vent slits there, I actually embroidered them. As you can see, it's not bad looking. But I'm gonna see what else I can do in terms of options. What I'm gonna try to do is actually cut these open and then fold them back and sew them. Now these vents are quite kind of narrow, actually very narrow. Now because this has interfacing, I can probably do it. After doing this mask with the interfacing, I'm able to fold it back, fold the material back, even if it's like a small amount, and sew it. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, so I cut this off so I can draw all the lines on here. Got the face vents there too, as you can see. Now also I forgot to mention, when you're using this template, you can actually just use one side because they mirror each other. You can actually just take one side and just use it for everything. So that way it's symmetrical. But yeah, so I am ready to start doing some sewing on here. These lines here are gonna be black. I'm gonna try my best to cut these open and sew them. Sew them mainly so it doesn't fray. And then pretty much sewing the bottom edge here. I'm not gonna do this yet because I do have the red piece. I kind of planned on using this, just a red shirt, seeing how good this material will be after I interface it. Should work okay. But yeah. Now, don't laugh at me, but I have better control of the sewing machine if I work it manually. I'm able to control the speed a lot better, and so it doesn't like get away from me. I'll be working this thing manually with the crank wheel here. That's how I achieved such nice sewing there, as you can see. That's all from working it manually. So that's how I do. Okay, so I got one mouth vent sewn, you can see. Not great, but for me it is. I just need to do the bottom one, and also for the backing I do plan on putting a dark piece behind it so it won't be open like this. And doing so, I can also double stitch, I guess, around there just to keep it on. So that will help keeping the vents in place and from fraying. But yeah, I just gotta do the second one. And that'll be it. Now doing this is not too bad. Just gotta take your time. I am working the sewing machine manually, like I said. It's a lot faster than embroidering, that's for sure. That took a lot of time. So yeah, I'm gonna do the second one and then start on the outer seams and the panel lines. Okay, so I got both face vents cut and sewn. Now to help prevent some fraying on the outside here, I use some super glue. It hardens up the edges and it helps them keep their shape a lot better. So that's just one thing I do. Okay, I have these panel lines sewn in. Now this is just one, and then this is doubled. It looks a lot better, more defined. Now this isn't really like a panel line, it's simulating a fold, like this, pretty much, just to indicate that it's there. This is an actual panel line, like it's supposed to be two different parts. So yeah, that looks a lot better. Alright, panel lines are done. They're not pretty good. Here's the back side. So yeah, it looks a lot better doubled. So now I just need to, I think I'm going to be sewing on a piece behind the vents here. Okay, so I have the black piece in the back sewed on, so all the vents are double sewed, give it some strength. So now I Just trying to figure out how to do the backing piece, and also if I want to keep the interfacing on. I'm not sure if I want to. Yeah, I'll think about it. Okay, so I got the mask here sewn, the top and bottom parts. And I also sewed the top along there to create a nice seam. And I also did the same with the backing. Sewed a nice seam on that as well. Now these are ready to be folded inside out, so I can line them up and sew them together. Just line them up as best you can, like so. Matches up very well. Then you take your strap here, and that gets sewn onto the inside, so you put it in position like so. Now on this mask, I'm going to sew it from the top and the middle for the straps. My old one, I sewed it on the bottom, but I'm going to do it in the middle here. So I'm just going to line it up there. Now sewing it in the middle like that will help it from bowing out, as you saw with my third mask. So now that's ready to be sewn all the way around. But first, I can actually get started on the chin here. I have my template, and let me show you how that will be attached to the mask here. It'll just be on the bottom, like so. Kind of like how you saw with the paper template. Just like that. I have my material here with the interfacing. So I just need to get that ironed on. Take my chin template, trace it on there, and put it together. So it's the next day. I spent, I don't know how many hours working on the chin. The chin. Such a small piece, but this is the result. Now, the reason I was having trouble with this is apparently this thread is very cheap. I kept getting caught up in the machine, so I had to keep restitching like over 10 times. Just doing little seams like that. But yeah, it gave me a really hard time, but I eventually got it. But yeah, this is the chin. I sewed it on the outside here. Creates a pretty nice seam, and then same thing here. That's sewed on the outside as well. Now for the bottom part here, I actually used some super glue to stiffen it because it was really flimsy, just so it holds its shape, as you can see. I mean, I still have to adjust it so it's straight, but yeah. Not too bad. Now I also added these lines here, just for added detail. Alright, I got the mask all sewed up with the backing, with no interface. You see I have to adjust the chin as well. Still a little flimsy, but overall this is how it looks. What do you guys think? It fits well. It's a little loose, but it's not tight, so that's fine. I can always adjust that. Well, yeah, looks good to me. Now I did sew the outer seam here as well. Let me show you. Sewing that helps keep the backing in place and folded over so it won't show. Put this on for you again. So here's the red piece. I'm gonna sew this on. Now it's just the bottom part of the shirt. It's easier to do this in one piece rather than individual. I'm just gonna position it and sew it onto the front of the mask first, as you can see there. And then I'm also gonna be using a metal tab there for the nose bridge, so that can be adjustable. I'm just gonna insert it in there. And then after I sew on the red to the front, I can sew the backing on as well. like so. And that should complete the mask. Alright, so here is the mask. Now I did make a few changes to it. First, I glued in some plastic on the inside of the chin, so now it really holds its shape well, and it can still fold. I also shrunk the straps a bit. I just used super glue and did that. You can see, just folded it, glued it together. It holds really well still. And then I also readjusted the sides here. As you can see, I folded them in and sewed that. So now it fits a lot better and looks a lot better. It was too like out on this area, and then the chin is nice and solid. But yeah, this is my Gundam mask. What do you guys think? It fits really well, fits nice and snug, it's not too tight. The material on the inside is the same as this, and it is a lot better than using a t-shirt. There's still some room between the mask and my mouth, so it's not pushing up against my mouth, which I didn't like. But yeah, this is the mask. Now I did revise the template to accommodate for the changes that I made, especially on the sides here. So this should work a lot better. I think it works a lot better. I think it looks better now. So yeah, this is my Gundam mask build. Let me know what you think in the comments below. I'm actually gonna provide the link for the template in the description below. I drew that on standard copy paper, so if you download it and print it out like full size, it should be the accurate size. I'll double check to make sure that that's the case. So yeah, that's gonna be it for this video. Now remember, 500 subscribers, I'm gonna make an announcement. So let's get there. We're almost there, guys. All you gotta do is hit that button. So thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you in the next video.